Hi, this is Camila McDonald coming to you live from Camila's Kitchen, live from Levels, and you are watching Big Stone TV.
A very pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the People's Forum of In the Streets with Big Stone. The time is now 2:20 a.m. And you know, I get up early this morning and I'm saying to myself, I have to big up this giant. I have to big up this man who has been working assiduously for many years. He was born Alan Hope, but the world know him as Mutabaruka. And as you know, this year he celebrates 30 years on the cutting edge. A lot of people know the name Mutabaruka and don't even know what it means. It's a Rwandan language, it's a Rwandan word that means one who is always victorious. We're talking about a giant, and I'm here to say happy anniversary. 30 years or 30 long years, 3 decades, and you stood the test of time, Mota. But I just want to enlighten the world as to who is this barefooted Rasta man that calls himself Mutabaruka. Well, he was born Alan Hope, 1952. He's also a Jamaican Rastafarian dub poet, musician, actor, educator, talk show host, and revolutionary, who developed 2 of Jamaica's most popular radio programs, The Cutting Edge and Stepping Razor. His theme includes politics, culture, black liberation, social oppression, discrimination, poverty, racism, sexism, and religion. Now let's get back into the earlier life of Mota and his education. Mutabaruka was born and raised in Raytown, Kingston, Jamaica, in a household with his father, mother, and 2 sisters. When he was 8 years old, his father died. Mota attended the Kingston Technical High School, where he trained in electronics for 4 years, going on to work for the Jamaican Telephone Company, until eventually quitting in 1971. Mota was drawn into the Black awareness movement of the late 1960s and early 70s. In school, he read many progressive books, including Eldridge Cleaver's Soul on Ice and others that were then illegal in Jamaica, such as the autobiography of Malcolm X. Raised as a Roman Catholic, he began examining and immersing himself in the Rastafari movements. He stopped combing his hair and started growing dreadlocks and changing to ital diet, and even stopped wearing shoes as he became a Rastafari. He adopted the name Mutabaruka, and as you know, the term is a Rwandan term, which means one who is always victorious. Now, Mutabaruka left Kingston in 1971, relocating to the Potosi Hills, where he lived with his wife and 2 children in a house that he built. He was among the new wave of Jamaican poets that emerged in the early 1970s. Early work by Mutabaruka was first presented in the magazine Swing from 1971, introducing Outcry, March 1973, its first collection released as Mutabaruka. John A. L. Golden wrote in July 1971, Swing magazine published for the first time a poem by Mutabaruka. Our readers were ecstatic. Since then, and almost in consecutive issues, we have derived much pleasure in further publication of this brother's work. They tell a story common to most black people born in the ghetto. And when Muta writes, it's loud and clear. He received attention for Wailing in 1974, a work referencing songs by the Wailers, and in 1976 released the collection Sun and Moon. In 1977, he began performing live, backed by his band Truth. He had a hit record in Jamaica the following year with Outcry, backed by Cedric Brooks, The Light of Saba. After being invited to perform at a Jimmy Cliff concert in the early 1980s, guitarist Earl Chinnersmith worked on a backing track for every time I hear the song, beginning a long working relationship with Smith. Released as a single, it was a hit in Jamaica. He became known internationally after his performance at Reggae Sunsplash in 1981, the first of several performances at the festival. His 1983 release, Check It, was released on Chicago blues label Alligator Records, and further increased his popularity. He curated the 1983 compilation album Word Sound of Power, released by Heartbeat Records. And in 1984, Shanaki Records released his album The Mystery Unfolds. He went on to record collaboration with both Gregory Isaac and Dennis Brown on Hard Road to Travel and Great Kings of Africa respectively. He continued to record and perform, and in the mid-1990s began presenting a late-night talk show on radio station Ira FM called The Cutting Edge, and quickly became one of Jamaica's most sought after and the controversial radio personalities. He had further hits in the latter half of the 1990s with Wise Up, with Sugar Minot, and Psalms 24 with Luciano. In 1990, Mutabaruka's poem, this poem, from his album The Mystery Unfolds, Shanaki Records, 1986, was used as the cappella introduction of the poem, a song by house music and dancehall reggae artist and producer Bobby Condas, which brought his work to a wider audience. The poem was released on New Grove Records in 1990. Mutabaruka gave a lecture at Stanford University in 2000 on the difference between education and indoctrination. In 2001, he served as narrator for film Stephanie Black, Life and Death, a documentary about the impact of global economic policy and the IMF on the economy and people of Jamaica. The title song, Life and Death, was released on Mutabaruka's 2002 album, Life Squared. In 2007, he taught African American students at Merritt College in California. He has lectured and performed at many establishments in Jamaica and the United States. In 2008, Mutabaruka was featured as part of the Jamaica episode of the television program Anthony Bourdain, No Reservation. In February 2010, Mutabaruka was honored by the National Center for Youth Development and the Rotaract Club of Mandeville for over 30 years of outstanding work in the field of arts. Later, in 2020, he was recognized by Senegal with a hut built in his honor. In September 2010, he recited a tribute poem in honor of Lucky Dube, whose music he said sought to liberate the oppressed. In August 2011, Mutabaruka spoke at the first Jamaica Poetry Festival in honor of Marcus Garvey and Louis Bennett. On the final day of the Rastafari Study Conference, professors of the West Indies described Mutabaruka as an icon. His outspoken statements on theology and the oppressive roles played by religious institutions have generated much controversy. Although he's a non-smoker, Mutabaruka has campaigned for the decriminalization of cannabis. In 2016, the government of Jamaica awarded Mutabaruka the Order of Distinction, Commander Class, one of the highest distinctions in the country, in recognition of his cultural contribution. Let's talk about the many albums that this Rastafari had. 1982, Live at Reggae Sunsplash. 1982, Check It. 1983, Dub Poets Dub. 1984, Outcry. 1986, The Mystery Unfold. 1989, Any Which Way, Freedom. 1990, Mutabaruka. 1991, Black with Black. 1994, Melanin Man. 1998, Gathering of the Spirits. 1998, Muta in Dub. 2002, Life Squared. 2006, In Combination. 2009, Life and Lesson. What a man! What a man! Most of the time, we tend to laud and big up people who have paved the way, and they have become ancestors. But today, I want to take this opportunity to big up a live, living man, an icon, a legend, a pioneer, a trailblazer of the likes of Mutabaruka. I had the opportunity of being on the battlefield, and when I say the battlefield, we're talking about protest march with Mutabaruka. He's always there, always on the front, leading by example. So today, the 14th of April 2002, at 2:32 a.m. in the morning, I want to say congratulations, Mutabaruka, on a job well done. A whole lot more work you have left to do, brother. You think you just done so? No. And my first recollection of you is a poet where you do when you say, me no want to stay in a white man country too long. It no good to stay in a white man country too long. When me hear the poem there, the time I live in America, I said, well, the brother here, I think the same way I think. And Mutabaruka was partially responsible for me packing up my things, telling my wife, say, listen, see that green card what them have, them can keep it. Me I go back to Jamaica, I go join with the elders, to join with the founding fathers of Rastafari, who have helped to bring the struggles thus far. So Muta, again, congratulations on a job well done for Cutting Edge. We wish you umpteens of years in liberty. We know the eye over there for centuries to come. and your work will live on for centuries and centuries and centuries to come. So Big Stone Records salute you, Muta. You're my hero. You're my living hero. Please like, share, and spread the message about this great Jamaican icon that is not dead, but alive in living colors. His name is Mutabaruka.
Oppression in colonialism, in the mind and the spirit and the soul. As Muta steps in that land, I'm telling you, he shakes us all and he gives us an assignment. That's why today I'm here to represent my country and say, Mutabaruka, we are looking up to you. You are the legend. You are the one we've been waiting. Oh yes, definitely I will grace this day, and it's a great honor for me that IRFM has just seen it fitting that I should come and grace this occasion. It is a great honor.
Thank you so much, my sister. We're seeing a little while. Mutabaruka will also be gracing the stage with a full band. So I don't know if I should put the left, right, or the right. As long as Muta stands here, we will not be able to do it.
But it comes from it. You are the gold. You are the original gold. You are the African gold. You are the continental gold. You are the global gold. Mutabaruka is the gold. As the ancient times of Egypt, from the oldest gold artifact dating 1352 BC to the ancient golden rhino of Mutabaruka found in the royal place of our African king. Power to the people. We salute you, son of the soil. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. Keep on digging deep.